Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today. We've got an F1 2021 USGP last question mark challenge today, but it's with a bit of a twist, because it's online, and this was from an F1 2021 creator race-off at the Circuit of the Americas, because this stream and event and video is sponsored by EA. Check out the link in the description to check out F1 2021. If you haven't, I'm sure a lot of you have, but if you haven't by any chance, check out the link below. But yeah, so EA put on this event basically with a bunch of US-based creators mostly, but they invited me into it as well, which is kind of nice of them, so thank you to them. And yeah, so basically I thought I would turn it into a bit of a challenge for myself and start from the back of the grid and see how far up the order I could get, because you guys know I used to do a lot of last question mark challenges on this channel, so I thought I'd turn this online event into kind of one, because I knew a lot of the creators here involved were US-based, kind of variety streamers. There were a couple of actual races in there, and actually one of them is actually an NASCAR iRacing racer, so he was actually pretty damn quick in the end. But I thought I'd just try and see how far up the order I could get in a 25% race here around USA. Basically, literally like the same conditions I used to do the last question mark challenge very regularly on this channel. So kind of the same conditions, but just online basically. But yeah, this was from a creator race-off at COTA, put on by EA, sponsored by EA. So as I said again, be sure to check out the link down below if you haven't already with F1 2021. I was in the Ferrari for this race, and my teammate was F1 Ellie, who some of you might know on Twitch and also TikTok if you watch that as well.
I thought actually going into this, it was going to be all American content creators. I thought that's what this was about. Then I see this little Brit boy in the Discord server.
There was short qualifying, but obviously I'm starting from the back, so I didn't bother actually setting a competitive lap. So I tried to give Ellie a tow down the main straight, and that just freaked her out for some reason. So here we are then getting into the actual race event. So we started in last place, which is P13 here. There's 13 of us. And so there was a formation lap. So as per usual, kind of like, you know, with the lockdown racing we had last year. A few people, you know, don't know how the formation lap works in the F1 game, or, you know, they don't know you can actually crash and it'll be all fine. So I thought I'd freak Ellie out by trying to drive super close. I literally pixels away.
Guys. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my God. That's the reaction I was going for. So, Ellie, if you're watching, thank you. That's the exact reaction I was looking for right there. So, you played that to an absolute T. Anyway, here we go then. Getting into it. 5 red lights for the creator race-off here at the Circuit of the Americas. 5 lights are out, and we're underway for our own last question mark challenge here for the USGP. Now, I took this very cautiously. I'm on the alternative strategy, so I've started on the mediums because I want to be quicker at the end, but I took a very wide line because I didn't know what the skill level was going to be like, and I nearly got pinched right there. It was 3 abreast. The Red Bull got squeezed out there. I think Fist of Walrus that was. And so we're up into P10. Not bad, you know. I've done better. I was hoping I'd get up to I think, you know, 8 maybe by the end of lap 1. And I think Terrorizer, who was commentating the main host event of this, because this was actually streamed properly, like with, like, you know, graphics overlays and whatnot on his Twitch channel. I think he, post-race, was saying he was pegging me to get to, like, P8 at turn 1 with a massive dive bomb. But I was taking it very cautiously because of things like this, where basically what happened was, you didn't see it, but the 2 Mercs, they just decided to just send it and forget there was a brake zone. So I thought that's what was going to happen at turn 1. So I took it very, very cautiously. Like I said, in hindsight, I probably could have got up to, I would say, maybe even P6 or 7. You know, around there, if I had actually dive bombed and gone full send. Here the Haas loses it. GSX there gets taken out by the McLaren. So we're already up into P8 now. So not bad. I was thinking at this point, not bad. Little did I know, basically, the man on pole position was, like I said at the start of the video, as the Red Bull gets spun around there by Ellie, I think. So Ellie, Ferrari master plan, going to good use there, takes out the one more car that I don't have to overtake. But yeah, the man on pole position, I think Casey was it. Hopefully I'm remembering that right. He's actually an NASCAR iRacing player, esports player. So he's actually very quick. And like I said, iRacing, you know, car's a car. You know, it doesn't matter what game it is. You're going to be pretty quick if you're good at iRacing. You're going to be quick on the F1 game, I think. And he's played F1. Talking to him afterwards, he's played a bit of F1 before on previous games. Like, he plays a bit of it at the start. So he was pretty quick. So little did I know that orange dot on the mini-map, he was going to be very hard to catch. Right now, I'm battling his teammate here. Bay Area bugs. I'm guessing he's from the Bay Area in the US. I think that's an actual term. I don't know. But he was actually, to be fair to him, very good at defending me. I thought I could breeze past him at the break zone at the end of the back straight. So he was actually very frustrating to try and overtake here. Getting the elbows out, maybe helping his teammate who's in first place here. We send it to the inside. Easy to lock up. I send him wide, but he just takes the very interesting racing line there to stay ahead of me. So that's calm. We can just re-overtake him with ERS there. A little bit of contact warning there. Down the inside, though, at turn 1. Easy does it. Nail the apex. And we're up into P6. Now, next up is Ellie, our teammate. Now, obviously you saw she's easily spooked, so I was kind of a little bit wary of not, you know, wanting to get too close. She goes over the bump. That helps out massively there because we just swoop through around the outside. A little bit wincy in the cockpit, can't lie, because I was like, what's going to happen there? Really hope she doesn't understeer wide into me because I didn't want to take her out. I wasn't really scared about my own race. It was more about I didn't want to ruin her race. So it's all calm, and in the end, the McLaren, I think, spun right behind us, so it's all calm. But
oh
this
my
is
God,
her
we got
POV
too
then.
much air there. Oh my God! Okay, go, go, go. Oh my God, but the McLaren! He's left me vulnerable to this McLaren. Oh, where'd the McLaren go? Guys, where did that McLaren go? Oh my God, but the McLaren! He's left me vulnerable to this McLaren. You took him out? No. There's no blood on my hands today, guys. I did not. I did not. Okay, so now maybe my role is just to block, be a human Ferrari barrier, so Arab can make his way up the grid.
Ferrari masterclass there by Ellie. You know, you didn't take out the McLaren, but you just, you know, made it difficult for him and he span out. But yeah, Ellie then, I didn't know that at the time, but she was saying in her stream she's going to be a rear gunner for me. Ferrari, you know, tactics there, you know, having a number 1 and number 2 driver. So cheers for that, Ellie. We're up into P4 now, so we're going longer than everyone. There were a few people that I don't think understood the tyre wear, so they pit a lot earlier in softs, which helped us out quite a lot. Obviously, like I said, a lot of these guys were like, I think, CSGO players, PUBG players, like I said, a couple of iRacers, and obviously Ellie does F1 on Twitch. But a lot of them weren't used to F1 and maybe didn't know the ins and outs, which is fair enough. So I was using that to my advantage. That's why I went on the mediums, because I knew I could go longer and be in clean air. So we overtake Moonhead there in the Alfa Romeo. We're up into P3 now. So on the podium, Casey, that was his name. Thankfully, I remember that correctly. He is the fastest man right out here. And we overtake Slap Train. He comes in for the pit stop here. Slap Train, obviously, a lot of you may know, well known for like Forza, NFS, drifting videos. Quite a big name in the car community in terms of on YouTube there. So good to race him. I don't think I've actually raced him before on F1 actually, so that was quite cool. But he came into the pit, so we haven't actually truly raced him yet. We will catch him up later, but right now I'm just going long up till I think lap 6 or 7. Then we're pitting for 7 laps onto the soft compound tyre. But Casey, he's got 16.5 seconds on it. So at this point, my jaw did kind of drop in the cockpit because I wasn't expecting him to be that far ahead. But at the time, I didn't know that he was a iRacer and like actually did esports for NASCAR on iRacing. So at the time, I was like, how is this man this quick? I was expecting to actually be able to do a last to first challenge, but he was actually very, very decent. He was actually attacking me here. This is on the fresh mediums. My mediums were dunzo. And I wasn't really good at handling them. The thing you got to remember with online racing like this is these are all the base cars, and I know it sounds like an excuse, but basically when you do MyTeam up till like, you know, maxed out cars, it basically ruins your feel for the F1 cars online, because these cars are like F3 cars now to my muscle memory, because I'm so used to the mega downforce that maxed out MyTeam car has. So it was kind of tricky. I think I could have gone quicker on lap 1 if I was more used to the car as well. I was kind of overcautious, but also just didn't want to spin it. I didn't want to make a meme out of myself that I think a lot of you guys were probably expecting me to do in this video, being an online video against other creators, because that's all I did in lockdown racing on F1 2020 when we were racing the F1 drivers and whatnot, just, you know, memeing myself and spinning out in a Ferrari. But I was making sure I could actually do this challenge properly, but in doing so, I was probably drivingly overcautiously, and then also so every corner just felt like there was so much understeer because I was just so used to the amazing amount of downforce in the MyTeam car. Anyway, random anecdote over about how online racing is very difficult for a person who plays MyTeam every week. We go through down the inside of Slap's train there. I was thinking I could overtake him on the main straight, but I think what was essentially happening was I think everyone found out that I was the man who was, you know, playing F1 Wrigley, so they're kind of getting scared off the road a little bit, or not wanting to crash with me, basically. So I think Slap, you know, post race, was saying he just didn't want to, you know, cross my tail and kind of crash with me or whatever like that. But it's all calm. We got him all cleanly. We got Break here as well, who I believe was the other Brit in this race. So both of us doing quite well to get on the podium here, you know, in the Lion's Den at USA with a bunch of US creators. So fair play. GG's to Break. So we get up to P2. At this point, I'm just going for the fast lap of the Grand Prix just to kind of flex a little bit that I was quick in this race versus the other creators. But Casey, being an iRacer, being on pole, didn't have to, you know, overtake 13 other people on lap 1. And subsequently, you know, he's far ahead, you know, 18 seconds. He's got the race booked in at this point. So we're just going to finish out in second place. Set this fast after the Grand Prix, 2.4 seconds quicker than I did previously. Just showing you how much slower I was being held up on the mediums and overtaking everyone. So Casey took the win. GG's my guy. But we're gonna get second place. Not too bad. I think in the end, Ellie got P7. So P2 and P7 for Ferrari at USA. To be honest, in real life, I think they would take that. Maybe P2 and P4 or 5. They would take that, wouldn't they? So I'm not too disheartened by that. I'll take that. So that has been my last question mark challenge here at the USA Grand Prix Online Edition for the Creator Race-Off. Again, sponsored. The whole event was sponsored by EA. So guys, check out the link down below to check out F1 2021 from myself if you haven't already. And you can get it on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, all the other platforms obviously under the sun, with PS4 and Xbox One as well. So cheers to EA and Codemasters as well for inviting me to the event. It was a lot of fun actually. So I actually hope I get invited to a future event like this, because it was actually a lot of fun just racing against other creators that I don't know and kind of meeting other creators like, you know, Casey. I actually raced with Casey afterwards for a little bit, and obviously Ellie I knew of, but it was cool to actually race with her for the first time as well. But yeah, that's going to be it then for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, then hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.